What the is this thing? This is our metal former. Today on GRS University, I, Molly Licea, am going to show you the inner workings of this thing and how the heck to use it. Let's go. Okay guys, so today we're going to talk about our metal former. It comes with a low temp metal die cup and then two dies. There's a more low dome one installed when you receive it and it's ready to go, but we're also going to show you how to reform the metal so that you can use the other die cup. When you receive it, you're going to want to mount it into a level surface. Right now we have it mounted onto our stainless steel top so that we can show you how to reform the metal. So be cognizant of where you're mounting it. If you put it on a wood top, you're not necessarily going to be able to reform the metal there. You're going to have to move it to a metal surface or to some sort of ceramic top so that you can redo that with a flame. Okay, so first thing first, we're going to be forming a copper bracelet on here. You can do any kind of gold or silver, anything like that, softer metals, okay? If you have engraving on here already, you're going to want to wrap it with some sort of protective tape to protect your engraving. You do not want to form anything that has stones already set into it. And this is, we're doing a bracelet, but get creative. You can try doming some earrings or anything that you can think of, really. Okay, so all you're going to do is place it into the, on top of the die cup, and then you're going to lightly press it down, and you're just gonna move it a little bit at a time and push down on the handle. And just work it back and forth until you achieve your desired curve. Okay, I'm just gonna work back one more time to make sure that I've got it all even. And again, this one is a lower dome that's already installed on here. Okay. So that's what you can expect out of that one. All right, so we just did the shallow dome. Now we're gonna show you how to insert the other dome die option onto the handle. And you're literally just going to unscrew this knob right here. When you change out your die, you're going to have to change the surface of your metal, your low temp metal. So we're gonna show you how to melt that down as well. Okay, so you'll see how this is not centered. You wanna make sure that you have it on there the right way so that it's falling in the middle of your cup. Screw the knob back on. And now we're going to show you how to melt the metal. And again, you're gonna want a level surface, something that you're not gonna burn, okay? Don't have any flammable materials around, okay? There's a little bolt right here next to the mounting of the handle and the cup. You're gonna remove that, and then there's a spot right here that you're gonna screw it into. This is your stop so that you don't push down too far into the metal once it's melted. I'm just gonna raise it up a little bit to where it meets the handle. Okay, then lift your handle. And you don't wanna put your heat directly onto the metal, you wanna heat the cup itself. You can do this with a heat gun, but it'll take a little bit longer. And just be patient with it. Okay, so you'll know when it's about ready because the surface will start to get really shiny. You'll wanna have a popsicle stick or something that you can scrape any kind of dirt and debris off the top of the surface. And we'll show you that once we get a little bit closer. Yes. If you wanna wear a protective glove to do this, you can do that. Just be careful. This is going to be very hot. We don't want you to burn yourselves, okay? Okay, you can see it's starting to go. We're just gonna make sure that we have it all completely melted down. And this is gonna take a little while for it to cool too, so you don't have to worry about rushing to scrape this off. I think I have it melted well enough that I can go ahead and skim this coat off the top. We're just gonna try to give it a clean surface before we press this new dye down into the metal. So I'm gonna pull back the torch and just lightly scrape that off the top. Being very careful. Okay. And now I'm gonna push this new dye down to the stop. Okay, so we just pushed this down into the hot metal. We're going to let that cool off for about 15 minutes to be safe, and then we'll be ready to come back and use this new dye cup. Okay, so now this is cooled down enough so that we can safely touch it. We're gonna lift that up, remove our bolt, and put it back into the storage position. And I wanna mention that this die is more narrow than the one that we were previously using. So you're gonna have to pay attention to the width of your material. If you go too wide, it's going to deform whatever you're forming, like so. So pay attention to the width of your material that you're bending, and then also your thickness is limited to a little over 2 millimeters. So pay attention to that as well. All right, so once again, just small increments. Try to center it. And we're just going back and forth in small bits. And I'm gonna show you how much more contour you'll get with this one. Okay, so there's the difference between the two. Okay. All right, we also have an option for a flat bracelet, and we're gonna show you how to install that. This has urethane instead of the low temp metal. You do not wanna heat this. We're gonna show you how to switch it out. Okay, so go ahead and remove your die like we showed you earlier. And you can install your flat die. Okay, so then we're gonna change out your die cup. You need a 3/16 Allen wrench, and we're just gonna loosen these. And then you should be able to shift it and remove it. Just give it a little twist and you can lift that off. And then we have the urethane cup right here. Again, you do not want to heat your urethane. I'm just gonna tighten these back down. And we're ready to go. Let's do a small one. Okay, so this is the same as the other one. We're just gonna do little motions. And this is gonna keep our bracelet nice and flat. You might have to adjust your bracelet after you're done forming it, depending on the size of your wrist that you're trying to fit, but this will do most of the work for you. Make sure it's nice and consistent. So that keeps it flat, and that's how that works. Pretty easy. Thanks for watching, guys. Hopefully that helps clear up some questions that come to the metal former. And now I hope that you have beautifully formed bracelets. This week's suggested Instagram user is Marco Gem. Marco Mazzini has some gorgeous stone setting work on his page, so go check him out. And if you want to show us your gorgeous work, then tag us at GRS Tools on your next post. Thanks. Oh, and like us, please. Thank you.